Well, all right. Hello, everyone. Let's meet Tina on YouTube here. How's everyone's doing? So quickly, just a word of gratitude. I just want to thank everyone who follow my channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for subscribing and follow my channel and click like and share my videos. And for those who are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe and then click like also, and you can share my videos as well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about how to release these trapped negative emotions. And what it is, often most of us have all this emotion is trapped in childhood for the longest time, and oftentimes I get people come to me, go, hey, Tina, how do you release that? A lot of people are searching like different therapists, to release through hypnotherapy or energy healing or Reiki healing. There's so many different ways that you can release all this block feeling and then trap emotion, which are not good for you. We shouldn't be holding all those negative energy. So anyway, I got Jennifer Leavitt today. She is going to be, hello, Jennifer. She's going to be telling us how she can help you even get some sample session, I believe, but she can share with you with that, let her decide what she wanted to do with you. But hello, welcome, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here and share your gift, your wisdom, and your healing ability with everyone on this channel. The more that we talk about, the Murray, that's what it is, to kind of spread out the word. People who's talented and gifted healer like you, and like to talk about that. And so briefly, let's talk about what it is and what you're gonna do. What can you do to help people release the trap negative emotion?
Okay. So hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a certified emotion code, body code, and global energy healing method practitioner. So the idea behind it is the emotion code came from the book by Dr. Bradley Nelson called The Emotion Code, and he teaches us how to tap into our subconscious mind through muscle testing, also known as applied kinesiology, and bringing that emotion up to the surface, to the conscious awareness, and we release it. We release it with just a regular old refrigerator magnet and with our intention. Actually, some people don't use a magnet, they just use their intention, but it's it's pretty.
Does it work better with the magnet?
I think it's just an intention. It doesn't matter, because we're all healers, we all have this stuff in us to do this. But yeah, the way that Dr. Bradley Nelson packaged it in the emotion code makes it kind of palatable for everybody to digest it. And so, yeah.
When you talk about that, I'm going to share his book real quick. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because we talk about that. Here you go. This is the emotion code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and this is his technique that Jennifer is going to be talking about. And this one is forward by Tony Robbins. And you mentioned there's other people too, right, Jennifer?
Yeah. Greg Braden has wrote a recommendation in there, as well as Dr. Joe Dispenza. I mean, people in the healing space know who those are. And I'm not sure if many people know who Raymond Grace is. Raymond Grace is he's a dowser. He does a lot of healing work and with like a pendulum and stuff with his intention, and it's really powerful, really, really great.
Wow. There's not many people out there that I know or heard of who do dowser.
Yeah.
That's not nowadays. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing to hear of someone who does that.
Oh yeah, he's been doing it for a lot of years. I was just listening to him on this there's this energy healing summit, and it's fascinating the work he's been doing for a real long time. Very, very humble man, very, very empowering. He doesn't act like like he can only do this. He tries to empower people to know that they can do it themselves too.
So everyone can dowse and get it accurately?
Yeah, well, everybody can do a lot of things, but we've just been told
that we can't, right? We don't have that. We don't have that ability. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody can release their own trapped emotions. Anybody can do this stuff. It's just we weren't brought up to think like that. So
I like that. I like what you just said, because that's empowering. It's not like, oh well, you can't do it, you need me to do it. I think what it is, people would just need you to kind of help them a little bit. And once they know how, they just to do it themselves. And we all have that ability. And you're right about that. Yeah.
And I really think there's a big misconception in like the healing industry, or people think that they need a healer to heal them. But I believe the definition of a healer is somebody that's going to show you how you're going to heal yourself, because only you can heal yourself. Only you can do that. We can just, healers are quote unquote just guides to show you where the tools. I like the analogy of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, how she knew all along that she had the power to get home with the ruby red slippers. She just didn't know how to use them. And so I think that's all of us. We all have the ruby red slippers. We just don't know how to click them and get there. So
beautifully said, Jennifer. I love that, because what you're saying is like each one of us has this power and ability to heal themselves. You just sometimes we just need a little bit of key to unlock, or some guidance like yourself to help them unlock their own key or treasure to heal themselves.
Yeah, and what I've learned, I came on to energy healing just mostly recently, but I was mostly into health and fitness. And the reason I'm so passionate about energy healing and this modality too is because for me, it became the missing piece of the puzzle, right? Because we're body, mind, and spirit, just like on your little rocks there. I love it. We have layers to our physical body. We have our physical body, we have our mental, emotional, and spiritual. There's actually many layers. I'm actually looking at the cell energy book right here. There's many layers. So you can focus on the physical all you want. Like we can go and exercise and diet and do those things, or we can, focus on our physical health, but we still might not get results because there might be a disruption in the energetic layer, know? And I feel like that's where this comes in, because for the longest time, I struggled with anxiety and panic attacks for years. I was on pharmaceuticals to manage that. And I was transitioning off of those and using diet, exercise, nutrition, feeling really good. But when I had my first emotion code session, it was just like, oh my gosh, that was the missing piece, because I kept spinning my wheels going, well, I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, nutritionally, giving my body the things that it needs. But I didn't realize I wasn't, I knew about body, mind, spirit, but I did not realize that we could tap into that energetic layer, release emotional or energetic imbalances, and then create that space for the whole body to just recalibrate and heal, because those layers are talking to each other. And I feel like the energetic layer is so impactful, and our emotions, and especially right now, especially in the last couple of years, everything has been amplified, right? And how emotions get trapped, it's not just, from stuff we create ourselves or experiences we go through or traumas. It's words that people say to us, or stuff that we heard as a child, or it's even like absorbing an energy around you when you're in a situation. You might not be a part of it, but you're going to absorb that energy. Our body is like a sponge, and we pick up on all that stuff. So with this, I like to use also the analogy of the emotion code, body code, and other, like energy releasing stuff. You kind of go in and you just close out those windows that are open on your computer that aren't doing anything. They're just open in the background running, right? And you just close those windows so that your body can run more efficiently and effectively and do what it's supposed to do. So.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful what you just shared. It makes sense. You have to, it's not just the body. Because oftentimes, we have been just like conditioned to just work on the body, or just something, just one aspect of ourselves. I had this conversation before with somebody else. Either I went through my journey that I just kind of like conditioned my mind, and then conditioned my physical body only, but then it's just like a lot missing. But when you integrate all this healing and balancing body, mind, soul, that's when I feel much more balanced now than ever before. It's just not one aspect of myself. So now tell us about your emotional code and body code here. How does it really work? You mentioned about the magnetic strip or
No. So what we do is we connect to the person, and we can do this at a distance, because
I was going to ask that too. Like, okay, because energetically, you should be able to work at the distant level too. Yeah.
Quantum physics tells us that, energy doesn't know time and space, right? So that's how anybody's able to do it at a distance. So what we do is we, with energetic consent, we connect as proxy to the client, and we do muscle tests. I use the ring and ring method. And what this is it's a biofeedback. It's called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. There's many different forms. And you can ask yes or no questions to get to the emotion. We'll just use emotion code, for example. So you use a chart by asking yes or no questions. Does so-and-so have an emotion that's causing, them to feel anxiety? And is it and they say yes or no, and is it in column A, is it in B, and so on. So you go like the process of elimination to get to the emotion. And once you bring it up to conscious awareness, we just take a magnet, an old refrigerator magnet, we run it over our governing meridian 3 times to release it. And because we're using intention, because everything is about intention, it's released. So yeah.
So you're talking about it's released. Is it one session and everything released?
No, we have hundreds of emotions, and there's layers to healing. Yeah. There's so of course I can't make any promises to you can't make any promises to helping someone's condition, because of course I'm not a doctor. What we can say is that it has helped improve situations, right? And of course you have to also make sure you're doing all the right things. If you're on medication for anxiety, please continue to take your medication and follow up with your doctor. But this can be a nice tool, a nice component to add to it. And what I've noticed for me is it just kind of like smooths out everything, because again, you're releasing that dense energy to kind of like let everything smooth out. And a lot of people feel a lot lighter afterwards, a lot more balanced, less reactive to external situations, because if you're going to release an emotion of, say, like, anger, anger vibrates at a certain frequency, because everything is frequency, right? You're going to release, an anger emotion. You're going to maybe be a little less angry because you're not resonating at that frequency anymore. So it's pretty fascinating. And, people with all kinds of, Dr. Brad talks in his book about all the different things that people had come to him for help with. And a lot of times it was, doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then that might have been the missing piece for them, because they were doing all the right things they were supposed to. And of course, there might have been that energetic component. And of course, so everybody's body is different. You can't, I can't make any claims to, have a session with me and your life is going to be forever changed. You also have to kind of, make the conscious decision to change your lifestyle, stop being around toxic people, change your mindset, and just, take care of yourself. With this, I noticed it helps you to do kind of all those things. For me personally, it came into my life when I had already done all those things, and it was the missing piece. And so it gave me the courage to face the trauma from the past that I was self-medicating from with addiction. It gave me the tools to face it instead of running from it, because I was able to have emotions released from serious stuff that happened in childhood. And what it did for me is it removed that emotional charge to where I was able to now let's look at it. Let's see, why was I an addict? Why was I emotionally an emotional eater? Why did I have severe panic attacks and anxiety? Let's get to the root cause instead of just putting up, for many years, I put a pill on it and I took medicine, and that never made it go away. That just, made the fire stay low. So to me, it's like you have to, this kind of helps with the root cause, with the, energetically, physically make sure you're taking care of your body. But yeah.
I like what you just brought it up earlier about the root cause.
Yes.
Because oftentimes, I mean, there's all kinds of healings out there, but I think that this is just my own opinion only. The true healing should come from an awareness of where it come from.
Yes.
where all the pain, and that way you can resolve facing it, like what you said, facing what really causing this problem, what caused all your angers and what caused all your anxiety. Because if we didn't know all this, how are we gonna get completely removed all this, right?
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me. So what you do, you kind of bring up the emotion of your clients. Your clients bring up all the emotion.
we can identify the emotion for whatever focus they're on. We bring it up and we release it. And there's not just one emotion, there's usually several. And usually we can do about 10 to 15 in a full hour session, depending on what the body wants to.
Now, what if they're not, sometimes they just feel like something doesn't feel right, they feel depressed, but they don't know what are the root cause of it. Will you be able to find that out?
We could just go, I sometimes do a lot of sessions just for the highest good. Let's release what is the best emotion that we can release for this person right now for their highest good. And there's, because the subconscious knows everything, you know, the subconscious, because we're just talking to the subconscious mind. It's that computer that has logged everything that we've ever done in our whole life. What, you know, so
amazing. You're right about that. The subconscious knows everything. And you know, this is truly beautiful things about the energy work, you know, and I believe that your work also work on a lot of people. Definitely. There's so many different modalities out there, and certain technique resonate to certain people.
right,
you know, and those who are watching these videos, you'll probably be guided. Let's say you're going through this block. Seriously, I mean, universe always bring people to experience something that's meant for them to experience, right? For those who are watching this TV, this channel right now, listening to Jennifer, if you're going through all this block emotion, that's probably the reason why your subconscious brought you here to listen to this. And perhaps this might be a way that Jennifer can help guiding you and unlocking that block emotion that you have, you know, because I think there's a lot of modalities out there, and you know, it's just that some modalities, I mean, sometimes I believe too that there's connection between the souls as well. Some people may be in your soul group and they come to you. And this is what I love about having different healers come on my channel and share their, you know, healing modality, and they can help whoever they're supposed to be led to you for the help. Because right now, is like what you just said 2 years ago, it has been getting worse. Because of COVID and all this stuff, a lot of people just got so much emotion and a lot of anxiety. I come across many, and they just don't know what to do, you know.
Well, and you know, like I know, we're also going through a mass awakening. You know, a lot of people are waking up.
I was gonna say that. That was so funny. You just picked the word right out of my mouth. I was gonna say that. I didn't say it.
And you know, I hid in my spiritual closet for a real long time, but you know, that's the truth of it, that this time has been predicted for a really long time. And yes, as bad as COVID has been, and has as much craziness is going on in the world, it had to happen, because it's shaking people to their core to go, okay, what's not working in my life? You know, what do we need to change? It's also, we're going through like a collective dark night of the soul, right? Everything's being brought up to the surface to be looked at. Everybody's being forced to do their shadow work, and the whole world is at the same time. And the reason I started my business was because I thought, well, crap, I could probably help people release some of that density. You know, I felt really called to do it because
well, this is your own personal experience as well. That's why.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I see everything right now as uncertain and as scary as it is. I'm also excited because I've met so many healers, and I've met so many different people that are creating new modalities, creating new ways of doing life, creating, you know, this is what's happening. We're going through a birthing process, right? To birth our new world. And labor is messy. It's hard, you know, it hurts, it sucks. And I think we've kind of got through most of the hard labor. I think, you know, we're kind of out, like we're dilated to an 8, right? So we still have a little ways to go, but we're gonna birth this whole new world. And that's what my heart is with this type of work, because I feel like this is actually where my soul is calling me to be. You know, a year ago, I was working for a contractor for the federal government, and I too was a part of the Great Resignation. And I said, no, I can't. I can't do this anymore.
You know, it's so funny, Jennifer, because I think maybe about 10 years ago when we have this Ascension 2012, I don't know, yeah, that's when there's been prediction and talks about how all this is going to happen. What's going on right now has been predicted, has been told. And what happened is like all of us will start to wake up, and all of us who are light workers, healers, will be walking our path, doing what we're supposed to do. And we're sort of like helping the brother and sister to like, hey, let's jump into this 5D or this ascension, you know, or this light energy, however you see it and call it. So you're right about that you being pulled from that side of your work to be who you truly are.
Sorry, my dog.
Okay.
Actually, I get excited.
Yeah.
It's actually been predicted from a lot longer. I don't know if you could see, but I have these books over here by Jane Roberts. She was a channel that channeled
I heard of her. Yes.
Okay, so in her book, Seth Speaks, they talked about this, like was written 50 years ago, and they talked about what's happening, and many other people that have talked about that too. So, and
in different culture as well.
Yeah,
in different culture, indigenous, the American Indian, they have been all talk about that.
Well, and then if you look at, you know, Christianity and the apocalypse or Revelation.
Yep, exactly, same thing. Same thing in different
words. We're in it. Yep. Farley, come here.
Farley. Well, hello. He's a healer. Is he a healer? He must be a healer too, right? That's cute. So this is fascinating that we're talking about this, Jennifer. And I think that, you know, we all called to be doing different healing work and to help other people, because right now we're sort of helping people. It's an emotion that we need to release.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And this stuck emotion is what caused a lot of illness to a lot of people, you know.
Yes. And that's actually been proven, like, you know, that book, The Body Keeps the Score. You know, there's so much proving that emotion is the root of like 90% of all of our physical issues. So
I love that.
And right now more than ever, everyone's got that. Everyone's got something, you know.
Good. Couple questions. Would you recommend someone who wants to come to you, would you recommend them to pick up that book first from Dr. Brad to read about the work before they come to you?
No, they can just book it. I have a free discovery call for like 20 minutes, and I just explain to them the basics of it. And then we do a little sample mini session, you know, to see if I'm the right fit for them, if it, you know, if they want to do that. And, you know, use the time. Usually they book with me afterwards, but that way they can kind of get a little sample of, okay.
Like a Baskin Robbins, you know, you sample.
Yeah.
Free sample with Jennifer, guys. Take advantage of that. 20 minutes for free. Hey, guys.
Yeah, because nobody has the time to read a whole book nowadays, like, you know.
Oh my God, tell me about it. I bought some books that fascinated me. I'm telling you, you're right about that. Even audiobooks, it's very hard.
I know. I haven't read all these. There's so many I still want to read, but I'm like, I know they're good. I'm gonna get to them someday.
Exactly. Well, eventually we're just gonna download it. You know, we just imagine, visualize a book, put it here, download everything.
Yeah.
And we just know everything, right? So guys, Jennifer got this offer for free, 20 minutes free discovery to try her out and see if you know, if she's a good fit for you. You know, this is an amazing offer for free for 20 minutes, and not many people would do that. You know, it's a lot of time, and I think you guys should take advantage of that. If you resonate with her, you know, Jennifer, you have wonderful, amazing energy as well as a healer. I like that. I talk to you and I'm like, oh, I like her energy, you know. And it's just that when you have this emotion that you still feel like you cannot help yourself, find someone like her. Find someone, you know, someone that you feel resonate with. And this is a perfect time. This is the right time right now that we need to release that. And that way you can jump into this higher, lighter space, you know. Some may call it 5D, whatever it is, ascension time, whatever it is, but you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more balanced.
Can I also share something else with you?
Please do.
I
Please.
actually do this for each one of my clients. When I start working with them, you heard of Dr. David Hawkins and the consciousness.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So I measure everyone's starting point. So as you know, a lot of times they come to me and they're in the 3D, and then we want to try to get to, to 4D or, higher. So, I see a trend. The more sessions we have, the higher we go up on the scale.
This is like a measure the frequency.
Yeah, so I'm able to measure with muscle testing where someone's level of consciousness is, and then we work, and as we release more and more, it gets up higher and higher. And I don't know if I told you this also, but I have clair clearing sessions where I can specifically focus on people who have intuition and they want to sharpen it, and we can specifically focus on either clairvoyance, clairaudience.
Ooh, I think a lot of people would be interested in that. How does it work, Jennifer? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, actually, I have one young girl I'm working with. She's just recently come into her own gifts as a medium, and she would just mostly get her messages from past over people in her sleep. We were working literally in the middle of a session, and I was specifically working on, I think it was clairaudience, and she had brought through, and I didn't ask her to, she brought through like some of my family members in an impromptu reading. I was like, no, don't worry about it. So, and she said that because of the work we were doing, she was able to consciously now hear messages from departed spirits, whereas before she was only doing it in her sleep. So because we were specifically focusing and asking the subconscious mind, okay, are there any imbalances that we could release that would help awaken the clairvoyance or the clairaudience or the clair empathy? So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And on top of that, it's not just like I can awaken these people's clairs. I'm not the healer. They have to do the work on themselves. They have to do their own shadow work. They have to do their,
absolutely,
work that muscle. But I can just help them remove the density, whether it be emotions or blocks, to help get, that are in the way of those clairs fully awakening. So,
it's interesting that you just say that, because as you were sharing those, Jennifer, I got this, the image of like a key, and we talked about key earlier, and you're like that person that just kind of have a key to help kind of open up.
Yeah.
Their auric field or whatever. And once you open up, their energy field just start like flowing and opening up. And I just feel like those are just symbols. However, I think people that come to you, they're meant to come to you. And just by having your energy and their energy together, you kind of help. Your energy feels by opening them up as well.
I'm getting goosebumps when you're talking. So that's validation. Because
validation.
I never would have thought this is where I'm.
Well, because it's our energy, right? So when we come into someone's energy field, you're gonna feel something, and that's kind of like a key. So let's say you have two tornadoes, right? And maybe one is kind of weak, and one can be stronger. And then when the weak one come into together, those two, the stronger one will kind of help the other one spinning faster. Yeah. So that's kind of open up the one that's moved slow. So it's kind of clear all the debris, and because it's our energy field that, we work on ourselves, you work on yourself, and you feel more balanced. So you have that kind of energy.
Yeah.
That you can
tuning fork. Thing, because they'll vibrate together. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but
I don't know what it's called, but it's just like, that's how I see it. When you come into some healers, sometimes it's not just an physical act of doing the healing, because that's part of the earth thing, but it's your energy field and everyone's energy field that you come together. And sometimes when you listen to someone, you just feel like open. Yeah,
for sure. Some people's purpose, everyone wants to know their purpose, right? Well, some people's purpose is literally just to exist, just because their vibration is literally raising the vibration.
High, very high. Right? That's all they have to do. And people come to them, they're just like, whoa, opening up. That's it. That's healing as well to me, and the words, wisdom, words, are healing modality as well. And you got that healing energy that you can help. Well, anything else that you want to share with the audience? Jennifer, I think you actually, a beautiful, beautiful healer that you can offer a lot. I know that you guys got to take advantage of her 20-minute session. All right. Contact her. I'm going to have her description, her contact, her website. Go and take a look. If you want to buy that book too, I'm going to list the link for you so you can go and grab it and read about it. So you know what she's, what it's about. You can do it, talk to her. You'll get all the information in just 20 minutes.
Yep.
Anything else, Jennifer, that you like to share with the audience? And
no,
cool.
That's it.
Well, that's it. Come to her, guys. Thank you for listening, watching, and tuning into this channel. Remember to subscribe, click like, and share my videos if you can. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. Thank you for always being here, and for your support and your love, really. Virtual hug to you, Jennifer. Virtual hug to you. Thank you so much for being here, and continue your lovely work. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you, grateful to everyone who's watching and supporting my channel, and even other people's channel, really, about light workers, everyone, because I see more and more of expansion of many people now are talking about and helping. I'm like, my God, 10, 20 years ago, you didn't see this. And like what you said, I came out of the closet too. I mean, 2 years ago, because I got COVID, and I just realized I could go any day. And what is my journey, my purpose? I should do something I love, which is this.
Exactly. That's
and
it.
I'm telling everybody, even like before COVID, I would never tell people I know that this is my interest. I would never post it in my public forum. No way. Now it's like, that's me.
we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. We have to live each day.
Exactly. So be yourself, be authentic self, do what you love to do your passion, enjoy it, have fun, support, only love, only positive words, guys. Just positive. That's it. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Beautiful energy. Love it. Thank you so much. And bye, everyone.